In this episode, you'll get practice in listening to and speaking fast English. I'll start with some simple exercises and work up to more complex structures. I'm Herbert Lee, and today we're diving deep into listening practice for fast English. We'll cover all 6 elements I've previously discussed: contractions, reductions, linking, elision, intonation and stress, and sentence fragments. If you haven't watched the 3 episodes on fast English, go back and watch them before you take the practice exercises so you understand what we're going to be doing. Get ready for some intensive listening exercises that will sharpen your ear and boost your comprehension. And then get ready to practice speaking using these same phrases. But before we begin, it's important to learn to listen for fast English, as well as learning how to speak fast English. And it's important to practice using these phrases so that you sound natural when you're using them. As a suggestion, don't look at the subtitles and put on some headphones so you will listen and copy what I say. If you read the subtitles and not copy my voice, when you use these phrases, you will sound like you are reading them, and you want to sound like you are speaking them naturally. So listen, copy, and speak. Let's start with a common scenario: ordering coffee. Listen to this dialogue and try to catch all the fast English features. Hi there. What can I get you? I'd like a large latte, please. Sure thing. Anything else? Yeah. Could I get a blueberry muffin too? You got it. That'll be $7.50 for here to go. To go, please. All right, I'll have it right for you. Did you catch all the contractions and reductions? Let's break it down. What can I get you? What can I get you? I'd like. I would like. Anything? Anything. That'll be. That will be. I'll have. I will have. For ya. For you. Now let's practice with some weather small talk. Listen carefully. Nice day, isn't it? Yeah, it's gorgeous. Didn't think it'd clear up. I know. Supposed to rain all week. Glad it didn't. Gotta make the most of it. Absolutely. Thinking of having a picnic later. Sounds perfect. Enjoy it. In this short exchange, we heard contractions: isn't, it's, didn't, id. We heard reductions: supposed to, gotta, got to. Elision: dropping the G in thinkin' and heaven. We listened to some fragments. Glad it didn't. Sounds perfect. So let's move on to a more complex scenario. Imagine overhearing this conversation at a busy train station. Excuse me, you know if the 3:15 train to New York's been delayed? Let me check. Yeah, afraid so. It's running about 20 minutes late. Oh no, I've got to make a connection in New York. Will I still make it? What time's your next train? It's supposed to leave at 7:30. You should be fine. Even with a delay, you'll have plenty of time. That's a relief. Thanks so much. No problem. Have a great trip. This dialogue is packed with fast English features, contractions. Do you, it's, I've, you'll. Some reductions: lemme, let me, afraid, gotta, got to, supposed. Linking: running about, running about. Elision, dropping the T in plenty of time. Plenty of time. Intonation, rising tone in questions, falling tones in statements. Fragments, no problem. Have a great trip. Now let's practice with some everyday phrases. I'll say them in textbook English, what you learned in your classroom, first, and then in natural, fast English. Try to identify the changes. Do you want to go to the movies tonight? Here's the fast version. Want to go to the movies tonight? I am going to have to call you later. Here's the fast version. I'm going to have to call you back later. What are you up to this weekend? What you up to this weekend? I do not know what you are talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Could you please pass the salt? Could you pass the salt? Now let's end with a longer passage. Listen carefully and try to catch all the fast English elements. So I was supposed to meet my friend at the mall yesterday, right? I got there on time, but she was nowhere to be seen. I tried calling her, but her phone was off. I figured she might have forgotten, so I decided to do some shopping while I was there. About an hour later, I was starting to get worried. Just as I was about to leave, she shows up, all out of breath. Turns out her car wouldn't start, so she had to take the bus. By the time she got there, she'd been trying to reach me for ages, but my phone had died without me noticing. We both felt pretty silly, but ended up having a great time anyway. Just goes to show, you never know what might happen. This passage includes many contractions, reductions, linked sounds, and casual expressions. It's a great example of how native speakers naturally use these features in storytelling. Remember, understanding fast English takes time and practice. Don't be discouraged if you miss things at first. Keep listening and listen very carefully, and gradually you'll start catching up more and more. In our next episode, we'll focus on speaking practice to help you produce these sounds yourself. Until then, it's Herbert Lee saying, keep listening and practicing.